Welcome back to the Crew Project, everyone. I'm here with Ant and Kevin the Two Cent, and technical difficulties. I guess this is how we're gonna start this episode, huh?
I mean,
Cables getting stuck and everything, and cables getting stuck, TikTok getting banned. And before we get into it, if you like this content that we share, if you like the episode, if you got any value from it, share, like, subscribe for more of it. Go over to our Spotify channel for a great commute listen if you can't watch the video. And let's get to it.
This is scuffed. For those who don't know, TikTok passed. There was a bill passed to ban TikTok, and it hasn't fully gone through. Through Congress, it passed with an 81% voting yes. 81%.
Let them cook.
Listen. I'm telling you what. This has to be the first time that I could ever recall, or anyone could probably recall in a very long time, Congress has come together for an 81% agreement on anything. How many times has the government almost or been shut down for some days because they couldn't agree on a budget, which, hey, look, it's a big thing. It's a budget for an entire country. I get it.
Oh, this is something that's also throughout the entire nation, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're talking about they couldn't agree on the budget. They couldn't agree on our housing. They couldn't agree on the border situation. Healthcare. The minimum wage. These things that have been hovering over the American head for years. But they can come together, and in 7 days, they banned. Okay, it's not banned yet, but they come together on an agreement to ban.
Well, the bill passed. The bill passed to ban it.
Right. In 7 days? They couldn't come together for the government to shut down, which takes like weeks.
Mm-hmm.
In 7 days, they came together and decided, no, this is for the security of the U.S. and for your data and the algorithm. They are blaming an algorithm for the security of the United States because of China. This is the biggest crock of crap that I just can't believe that this is what we're being fed. In the amount of everything going on, there are wars going on. We have a border crisis, the inflation. No, we are going to come together and collectively ban an app.
A student debt.
The list literally goes on. And I'm baffled to believe that we are waking up to seeing this. And I mean, if you have TikTok, which there are, TikTok collectively has 1.7 billion users. Over 150 million of them are in the U.S. And now, let me just say, it is not that I'm like, no, I need this app. Some people have it as a daily job, but I'm not saying like I'm fighting or dying on a hill because of an app. I'm dying on a hill because it's the app that is taking precedence over the other issues we have. There are numerous other issues we have in this country that could use so much more time. Granted, they only used 7 days to make this happen. But
TikTok bad.
China bad.
That was their justification. That's literally how they decided. TikTok bad. China bad. Ban TikTok.
Ban. 'Cause bad. And it's bad. You know, this guy right here, I wrote down his name. Jeff Jackson.
Yeah.
Jeff Jackson. It's a congressman.
Can you pull this up?
Yeah, go ahead and pull a picture of old Jeff Jackson. While he does that, let me tell you something about
search on this guy.
Jeff Jackson. Jeff Jackson is single-handedly the most followed politician on TikTok. Weird. He's a congressman. And after every major event, he would like to come and make a video in his house, in his normal clothes. And really, he was like this, what he liked to call a transparent individual who liked to, just kind of give you the rundown on what was going on. Is his picture up? Mm-hmm. That's Jeff Jackson right now. Look at that guy. Upstanding, happy, smiling. He voted to ban it. He's verified on TikTok. He has the most amount of followers out of any politician, and he gaslit everybody. He came out and said that he wanted to ban it because of things he saw in the bill, because the algorithm was bad. The algorithm could have told you China's good. Do things for China. It's not good for our security. They're stealing your data. But then backtracked and said, well, I voted yes because I didn't think it was going to pass. What sense does that make? You do not think a bill is going to pass, yet you voted yes. It was an utter slap in the face to everyone who followed him. People liked him. People were like, oh my gosh, this guy is giving us stuff. It was a trust of another politician that is now just blatantly fallen through. He deleted the other video on TikTok where he stated why he banned it, and just came out with an apology video. When you have to come out with an apology video on something you've done, you already know you're in the wrong. He is backtracking heavy, and it's another reason why you just can't trust what some of these politicians are saying, because it's not for us, it's for them.
You're a little biased though, right?
I am very biased because I use the app heavily.
Mm-hmm.
I post a lot of my own videos and stuff on there, and I like the app. It's my toilet time. I like it. It's very fun. Great people. But there's so many other things we could be focusing on, and I just don't want the app to go. And the amount of complication that they expect they want ByteDance to sell the app to the US, which would cause a major change because they own the algorithm, they own the rights to it. The company of ByteDance, or TikTok, if you will, is worth like 150 billion?
Scroll up, please. Keep going. Sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're looking at his...
I just want to read through some of this. Yeah, go ahead.
The amount of complication compared to how other major companies, like the merge of AOL, Elon Musk buying Twitter, a lot of these things took way farther and longer amount of time than they are giving ByteDance to sell to the US. Literally what we're saying is it's impossible. It cannot happen. It will not happen. China pretty much has openly already came and said, we're not going to sell this. We're not going to sell this to the US, because it could potentially, if they gave them the algorithm, I don't even know, somehow it could backlash on China somehow. It'd be their own security, because it would have their coding, and maybe they do their coding for their algorithm for other ways in other applications they have. And it's just, I just can't believe that this is where we're at right now. In everything that's happening, the border crisis, inflation, loss of jobs, the housing market, the economy as a whole, TikTok needs to go.
Not to mention that because of certain actions that we have been taking as a government, our dollar is slowly disappearing.
Heavily. In our lifetime, we could potentially see a change of currency.
Most likely. Remember when we were talking about CBDC?
Yeah.
That will probably be something that's going to come to fruition. And the dollar will disappear. I mean, look at already the other countries that have decided to not use dollar as a foreign exchange currency, as a foreign trade currency. And that's very important, because that's what makes the dollar valuable, or that's one of the reasons why it makes the dollar so valuable when other countries want to do trade and they use the dollar.
Right.
But now the amount of countries that are moving away from not using the dollar is slowly increasing by the day. And not to mention the BRICS nations,
Oh, yeah.
they're forming their own currency, and they're also pushing.
Isn't that one backed by gold?
That's also backed by gold, and they're also pushing for a cryptocurrency form of cryptocurrency to use. So basically, everyone is doing whatever they can to drop the dollar, and that is all our government's doing. They are literally shooting themselves in the foot. So if that is not something to worry about, why is that not your number one concern?
Our economy is left on the back burner, and yet
Why is the border not your number one concern?
That's what I'm saying.
Number two concern. Bro, it's insane that they want to allow an entire invasion of the country to take place. They want to allow all the illegal people coming into this country,
flying
them
hundreds
in,
of thousands in.
feeding them, housing them, letting them be squatters. The police are not doing anything to remove them off of people's properties. In New York, they're giving them $10,000 worth of debit cards to go feed themselves,
It's crazy.
emptying out schools so that they can house the illegals. Schools are being emptied. Kids are being homeschooled so that they can provide enough space for illegal immigrants to take shelter. Hotels are being emptied so that the illegal immigrants can take shelter. Crime is at an all-time high in the United States in so many cities. California looks like shit. San Francisco looks like shit. New York looks like a third world country. Bro, we have so many issues, but they want to come together in 7 days and they want to sign the banning of TikTok.
81%. Like,
It's
and
insane.
81% can come together and say that they want to ban an app, but it's like they can't come together and see that the country is turning into shambles and start to make those forward progression changes. That's what blows my mind. 81%. But you can't provide better health care for your citizens,
Right.
better minimum wage, housing issues. There's so many other things that they should be able to come together with at an astronomical number, because they're supposed to be for the people. They're not.
Bro,
And we all know where this was funded by.
Oh, yeah. And people are graduating college and they're having to live with their parents for years now just because they are not able to get a high-paying job.
Right.
And even if they do get a high-paying job, say, 60,
afford.
70, 80, even $100K a year is not enough for a person to go and buy a house or rent, because everything is so much more expensive. So there's a huge population of young Americans that are still living with their parents because that is more affordable than them trying to go live out on their own,
Yeah.
be independent, be a productive member of the American society.
Yeah.
Of
Unless you
their
want to live in the ghetto.
communities. Yeah, of their communities. There's a higher chance of people taking that route now, failing in life, falling into the trap of, drugs, this and that, going down the dark path of life, than to go on the more successful, more, positive side of life.
Yeah.
That's a grim outlook for the young Americans that are coming up. That's not very positive. That's not setting up. You know what they say?
Leave it better than you had it.
Leave it better than you had it. Set the other person up for success.
Yeah.
It's that is not what we're doing. That is not what our politicians are doing. That is not what our government is doing. They are not setting up the next generation for success. They're only hurting their chances of well-being, welfare, successful life, in every form, they are failing the next generation.
Yeah. The next generation, yeah, it's pretty bad in every sense. And it's, I don't know. I just can't get over Jeff Jackson. I just can't.
This guy seems like a two-face. This guy seems like exactly what you said, the gaslighter.
He's the ultimate gaslighter, dude. This is
seems
crazy.
like he is that person. He seems like that. He's no shade on that guy, but he seems like on that one dude that does the little TikTok dances, that one news anchor guy that does a lot of TikTok dances and stuff. And
news anchor guy.
There's this one guy who's always dressing up, and he's like a news anchor, but he's always doing some TikTok dances with a lot of people. He seems like he wants to just be appealing to the younger generation and be likable and everything, you know?
Oh, yeah.
This older guy just being likable. Look at him. Presentable, likable, nice smile on him and everything.
Well, see, the other thing that's like when he
get the votes of the young generation or whatever.
Right. But either way, so like
regardless,
he comes out and he comes in these videos and he's dressed normal street clothes. So like he tries to present himself, and before it was this normal person, and it was like he wants to be 100% transparent, 100% transparent. These are past videos. So like when wars were going on in Palestine, or when things were happening, like when the what was it, that tanker fell over in Ohio, and all that toxic stuff came out. He made videos about all kinds of stuff, right? And he was like, what's happening today in our government and how things are going, and I just want to be transparent with you guys. And he's like, he was like our inside knowledge.
Right.
And then when he turns around and everyone sees that this bill was paid and forwarded by AIPAC.
And it's a good thing that you actually mentioned that, because here's the other great name that we have for you. Jonathan Greenblatt. This guy, he's the other person who is, let's see here, a chief executive in ADL. Okay? Now, this guy is also one of the people in the government who is pushing for the ban of TikTok, also funded by AIPAC. And his conversations were literally, there was also a audio recording of the guy that was leaked where he was basically kind of freaking out about TikTok being one of the biggest platforms that is people are on there that are in support of Palestine and not in support of Israel. And that is not good for them, because that's a lot of eyeballs on Palestine being like people in support of Palestine and not Israel. And they want to silence, censor as many people that are for Palestine. And so, hence AIPAC, funding these guys, funding literally the ban of TikTok. And they've been doing it actually for the past couple of years.
You can see the endorsements online. It's black and white. You can see how much by each politician, how much AIPAC has put forth. And it's like upwards of like $40,000 per individual.
And it's insane that, bro, these are the links that they're going to try to ban TikTok nationwide, but not stop a simple thing such as a genocide against women and literally children. Bro, I mean, over 30,000 innocent civilians have died there. So instead of trying to pass a peaceful, resolution of saying, you know what, hey, this is unheard of. We've killed a whole lot of innocent civilians. Maybe we should rethink the way we are approaching this war on Gaza and its innocent civilians, because, well, as a result of our actions, deliberate or not, we're killing a whole lot of people. So therefore, let's rethink this. Let's put a pause on this, because we don't want to cause innocent people to die.
Yeah.
But no, they want to take the route of, you know what? No. That's not what we're going to do. We are going to continue pushing this. Netanyahu wants to go ahead and continue to attack even during the month of Ramadan. And they want to go and ban TikTok so that they can silence the support for Palestine and for the stop of a ceasefire or a genocide that's going on in Palestine. That is literally what this bill is for. Because they're seeing the immense support on TikTok for a ceasefire, they want to erase that. They want to erase those voices. That's what this bill, that's what it all comes down to. And because of, they said, follow the money. And the money will take you exactly to where it all,
that's where all the
whole
coming
purpose
from. AIPAC.
Of this bill being passed and the ban of TikTok, that's where it will take you. So follow the money. And yeah, AIPAC is the biggest contributor towards banning TikTok because they want to silence a whole lot of supporters of innocent civilians dying.
I just I don't know how the U.S. population, if the ban were to go through, which I'm not really entirely too sure how that would work in all, because they're like, so if they ban it, the app would still be there on phones. They can't delete it off of your phone. But then you still wouldn't be able to download it if they make deals with the Google Play and Apple Store. And then it's wiped. So there's that. So new people couldn't get it. But they cannot actually take it away unless they do a blanketed firewall. So that this...
not to mention.
Like Apple could probably take it away. Like if they passed the law or became law and like in the bill is like, okay, so Apple, you have the power to on the
remove
next
it.
update, remove it, and then they could do that.
Right. But so like that would be, now again, that raises another issue of monopoly. is that legal to invade someone's privacy like that? Right? That would open the door of another situation potentially. But they would not, the only other option.
It's a bad precedent.
Very bad. The only other option would be the whole China route in a blanketed firewall like China has. And they just completely block out network access to that sort of situation. And it's like, okay, so is China bad? Because now we're being China.
Right.
If we do it that route. Any route is bad. Every route they take would end up some way, shape, or form end up either First Amendment,
infringing on our
First Amendment, some way, invading on privacy, some way, shape, or form. And I just don't know how the mass U.S. population that uses TikTok and enjoys TikTok for the amount of information that they can find that's unfiltered, that's not, misconstrued, which, I mean, obviously some of it is misconstrued by how somebody edits something, but like the amount of information they get from it, and it's gone in the next day, I don't know. I can see a major uproar, and I can see it just another brick in the wall. But what is that? I mean, are we really going to have a revolution over it? I don't know. I doubt it. But if it is to up and go, it's going to be heard. And I don't say it with, easy thoughts, but that'll be it.
Yeah.
We'll be upset, and then we'll just keep moving.
The other thing is...
That's what sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you mentioned this, but we had this noted down so that we can also mention this for the people that don't know. Representative Mike Gallagher is the one who actually presented this bill. He's the one who actually came up and presented this bill for the ban of TikTok. And he also followed the money. He is also funded by AIPAC. And then there's this other guy as well, ex-U.S. Treasury Secretary, Mnuchin, Mnuchin. This guy is now putting together Israeli investors to buy TikTok. I mean,
it's like in
it's
black
just-
and white in front of you. You have to do a little bit of digging, and you see this stuff, and it's in front of you now. You know what I mean? It's on a golden platter, and you can just see the movements. You can see what's happening. I don't know. What do you do? What do we do in this situation? You know what I mean? Once it comes to light and fruition,
let's not
they scrap the idea and they mix it up a little bit and serve it different. It's the same plate they've been serving.
Let's not forget Facebook. Let's not forget about the hearing of Facebook, TikTok, who was it? X, formerly known as Twitter. Let's not forget about, Snapchat, and also Discord. All 5 of these tech companies were called into a hearing not too long ago, literally a couple months ago or less than that. And there was a hearing. Mark Zuckerberg was torn to shreds, made to get up and stand up and apologize to American parents in this hearing because Facebook has been allowing exploitation of children. There are so many damn pedophiles that are using Facebook's platform to either, do child trafficking, exploitation of children, you name it. And Facebook has not been doing enough to prevent all of that. So, how the hell is Facebook not getting banned or,
demolished?
No action is being taken against Facebook? But they want to come together in 7 days and ban TikTok.
Because China. But, yeah.
So you want to allow all of that to happen to your American children through Facebook, but they want to spin up some BS basically about TikTok, and they want to ban it?
Because of the algorithm.
Follow the
money.
money.
Because of China.
Follow the money, okay?
Even look at Discord. Did you hear about Discord? I think it was like maybe last year or something like that. They had full-blown government documentations of war plans leaked on Discord.
Yeah.
How is that not... I use Discord heavily, right? So I'm not saying ban Discord, but I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense.
How is that? How are they going to... That's also,
That's a security risk.
It's a security risk.
That's not even a security risk. That was a security mishap. There's no risk anymore. It happened. It was done.
Thing is, that's borderline what almost Edward Snowden did, to be honest. Not saying it's comparable, but a whole lot of secret classified war plans were leaked on Discord. So why wasn't an action taken against Discord like this?
These are war plans. These are literal movements.
It just goes to show you that this isn't about TikTok and China and whatever. No, this is about what we said, follow the money. And this is about AIPAC, Israel, and how they want to silence that majority that are in support of a ceasefire in Gaza.
On top of all the other information you can find.
Yeah,
you can, there's so much raw footage that you see. A lot of the things people find, I could almost guarantee, not for 100%, but in New York, when that illegal immigrant.
Oh, that too, yes.
You probably find that video on TikTok. That was probably somebody recording and posted it on TikTok. That raw footage, people in other countries, we can see it through the eyes of the individuals who are there. Then you find that sort of stuff there.
And if you're wondering why Facebook is not getting as much backlash for a lot of things, well, because Mark Zuckerberg is one of the biggest contributors towards these politicians.
Oh, yeah.
So when he's
big money,
when he's, filling up their pockets, well, what are you gonna do? Slap on the wrist?
Yeah, embarrassed him, and that was it.
Make it a clown show just in front of the American people, so that, hey, you know what? we grilled him. Look at what we did to Mark Zuckerberg. We humiliated him. Yeah, okay. He'll take that humiliation and then he'll go sleep on his bed of money.
That's it. And they will definitely suppress anything that they're told to. I mean, they had a whole court hearing. They were in cahoots with the CIA, the FBI, all that. And it's terrible. And I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with the thoughts and the actions that our politicians are taking in the light of our situation that is currently just digressing.
And not to mention the whole push notifications thing too.
Yeah. We recently found out, I mean, this was a while back when we said about this, maybe like 2 months.
Yeah, if you missed that episode, go watch the push notifications episode that we have. What episode number was that?
Yikes. I don't know, 2,755?
We're not there yet. Sure. But just click on the YouTube real quick, and then we're just need the number. So just for the fans, so that they know which episode number they can look for. But that episode was, if you guys care about the videos, yeah, go ahead. And
I mean, that was a good in detail about foreign governments.
Go down. Let's see here. Go down.
It was back. It was back there, dog.
Yeah, go down. So episode number 18. Yeah. So episode number 18. If you guys missed that, go watch episode number 18. We did discuss in depth and in detail about the push notifications and why that should be a concern to the American people, and something should be done about that too. And I mean, crazy how something like that is allowed, and that gets pushed under the rug, but they want to take actions like these ASAP. So, yeah, man, a lot of messed up things that are happening within our government, and the American people deserve better. They deserve better. People should voice concern.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, I think we'll call it an episode here. So stay tuned for a new episode coming your way. And anything else?
Hey, keep your eyes open.
All right. Well, if you like this content that we shared today, if you got any value from it, share, like, subscribe, and go over to our Spotify channel. Follow us on Spotify for a great commute listen. And as always, we will see you guys next time.
See you.
Peace out.